Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. Sitting here loading up one of my favorite rounds. You all probably know what it is. It's using blue dot, max charge of blue dot, 180 grain gold dot. A lot of dots in this round. The good old 10 millimeter. Just filling up my personal carry load cartridge or box here, filling it back up. But sitting here loading, I was thinking, really, we talk about bullet advancement, a lot of technology changes, materials, things of that nature in the gun world. But really, when you think about it, there's not been any like drastic, innovative changes with firearms in general. And it just kind of got me thinking along the lines. And I want this to be more of a discussion because it's all opinion, ideas, creative thought, what everybody else thinks, what kind of imagination you can have in terms of what the future of gun technology may be. Well, daggone it. And, we really haven't changed a lot from, a smokeless brass case projectile since over 100 years. And it kind of got me thinking maybe one of my thoughts were some sort of a caseless projectile. Now I know we've had some like polymer cases. We've had the hybrid steel and brass cases, like the new the 6.8 51, which is the military version of the 277 Fury or whatever, and some other hybrid cases along the way. But it is kind of, what is going to be the next evolutionary major change in the firearms world? And there's really not been a whole lot, but I think a caseless, some sort of a caseless ammunition, maybe some sort of like a electronic ignition system is probably coming down the pike eventually. Maybe I could see where that could be useful, especially in a military setting, because you could reduce weight if you have a caseless sort of ammunition. I don't know how they would do it exactly. I don't know what it would look like, but I know if you're going to reduce the weight, that would be a good thing for military. You wouldn't have to worry about, polluting the ground with brass, I guess. That's probably a small factor in it. I would say weight. I would say cost of the material and weight reduction would probably be the two driving factors behind some sort of a caseless type munition of sort. I don't know, maybe like something like a preloaded magazine that doesn't have cases, that you just say it's got 30 charges, 30 projectiles in it. You load it into the gun, it fires those, and then the whole thing comes out like an en-bloc clip kind of, but the whole thing comes out and there's no spent cases. You just got one, maybe something like that. Kind of where my mind goes with it. But that would be a whole new design for the firearm as well, of course. But I think anything that's going to be truly innovative and game-changing, definitely going to have a firearm-specific change with it. I don't think we're going to create some sort of new ammunition that's going to go in any existing guns. But I'm really curious what you guys think, because this is the type of stuff that I lay in bed at night and think about, because I'm really twisted and extremely obsessed with firearms and stuff. But like I said, when you think about it, the basic principle of firearms really hasn't changed much since the concept. We've went from, black powder, which was caseless, the old muzzle stuffers, that was caseless. Then we went to contained cartridges that were black powder. And then we got the smokeless powder. And really since then, it's just been, bullet design, propellant advancements somewhat. Not a whole lot there. Some are cleaner, some are less temperature sensitive. different burn rates, stuff like that. But, that's pretty minor tweaks, minor advancements. And then the guns themselves, there's really not been anything majorly advancing in gun design. I think the, what was it, the Alien? I can't even say who makes it, like a Luago or something weird like that. That Alien that had the recoil system on top of the barrel, lower bore axis, all that. That's a cool concept, but it's not really even that new, honestly. And it's really not super game-changing. It's kind of the same concept of the Rhino revolver that fired from the bottom cylinder. It's basically that concept applied to a semi-automatic, not taken away from the innovation of it at all. It took a lot of design, a lot of thought went into that. I would like to see some cheaper options, maybe some more mainstream firearm makers adopt that design and apply it to something. I gotta open a new box of gold dots here. Get my old 31.5 pattern case out here. Just look at that old girl. That's a 1970s, boys. That is a good old girl. Got good steel in that blade. Watch me cut myself here on the video. That'd be awful. Then I'd have to edit it. I don't like editing these, reloading and ramblings. Y'all get what you get when it comes to that. Oh, about did her. I don't know why they make these things childproof to get in. They could make this a whole lot simpler. But, oh yeah, popping the top on a fresh box. Get that little foam pad. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. Give me the goods. All right, we are rolling again. All right, so back to what I was saying. I really don't know of anything like majorly advanced. Ever since even gun designs changed a lot when John Moses Browning was around and came up with his delayed system for handguns with the 1911 and such. That was a pretty innovative design. Glock coming out, well, a lot of people say Glock stole HK's ideas and ran with it, just marketed better, whatever. Whoever you want to give credit to for the polymer frame striker fired guns, probably was HK, I think. But, that was pretty innovative. That changed things a little bit. But again, that's not something like massively changing from the concept of what we got. And I want to know what you all think, because if you give me some good ideas, that'd give me something to lay in bed and think about when I'm laying there trying to go to sleep. And this is what I drift off to, is this kind of stuff. But, as far as the firearms go, I think we're stuck with, standard grip, trigger, projectile forward. Maybe something comes out that deviates from that. Bullpups kind of changed that a little bit, put the magazine feeding system, the action towards the rear, all your controls were more where the barrel is. Kind of changed it somewhat, just kind of kept the same parts and pieces, but just swapped them around. But maybe all of the pieces change. Maybe there's no longer a grip. Maybe it's some other form to hold on to that's integral to the gun. Maybe like, a stock or something. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think out loud here, guys. See what you guys kind of think and kind of get your brain rolling in a manner that may go a different direction than mine. I may be wrong. I never thought I'd be looking at people's faces on the telephone when I talk to them in my lifetime either, but maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think in my lifetime we'll ever see plasma rays or anything like that. And if we did, I'm sure the government would completely try to find a way to not release it to the public if anything like that ever did come about. I'm sure they would have every reason in the world to keep us refined to the technology that we have now, or confined to the technology that we have now currently, and not let civilians advance. Who knows what, they say, this is just hearsay and wives' tales, but I've always heard that the technology you see in civilian life is about 10 years behind the technology that the military currently has. Now, whether there's any truth to that at all, I don't know, but it would seem logical that would be where majority of the technology is going to be implemented before it ever reaches us. And who knows, there may not be a drop of truth to that. I don't know. But if there is, maybe we'll see something cool coming out that way. But if not, I'm perfectly fine loading up 10mm for the rest of my life, shooting some good old gold dots. Anyways, like I said, I want this to be a discussion, guys. So get down there in the comments and let me know your thoughts on it, because I'm genuinely curious. So here we go. Comment below what you think the next major groundbreaking advancement in gun technology may be, or what you would even like to see. Hit it in the comments. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.